Arsenal versus Chelsea tomorrow. Massive game. This is the one Maresca cannot lose tomorrow. He can't lose this game tomorrow. There's no ifs or buts. This is a must-win game, regardless of where we are in the league and our sort of season that we've had so far. Enzo Maresca cannot lose this game tomorrow at the Emirates. 1:30 kickoff. Welcome back from the shed end. I hope everyone is having a good weekend so far. This is the game, guys. This is the game that we cannot lose. As always, subscribe if you're new here. We are on the road to 700 subscribers, so we appreciate everyone that's subscribing so far to the channel. But Arsenal, coming to this one with some really good form, beating PSV in the Champions League. They've done really well. We weren't so convincing over the two legs in Denmark a couple of weeks ago, and obviously week just gone at Stamford Bridge against Copenhagen. But we have to win this game. There's no ifs or buts. We have to win the game. Why do we need to win this game? Bragging rights, first of all. Bragging rights is the biggest thing. We've got history. I think they beat us 5-0, I think, in this fixture last season in April, if I remember correctly. This is a game that we can just not afford to lose. We can't afford to lose this game. We're fourth in the league currently as it stands whilst I'm recording this. Things will obviously change over time. But one of the good things as well about this weekend is Newcastle will not play. Obviously, they're playing Liverpool tomorrow in the Carabao Cup final, Wembley. So this is an opportunity. Hopefully Nottingham Forest drop a couple of points. We can separate that gap a little bit more from City if they don't win. Newcastle as well. But this is the game that we have to win. We have to win it. I'm looking forward to it. I feel like this is the game that Maresca has to get right. Tactically, has to get things right on, and he has to start with the right team. Now, news came out yesterday. I don't know if it came from the press conference because I missed that, but we got told tomorrow Robert Sanchez will be the one in between the sticks. Now, I'm already worried for Robert Sanchez because, as we know, he is prone to a mistake or two in goal. And as much as Arsenal don't have a striker without Gabriel Jesus, Kai Havertz, or both injured, they do have Moreno, Trossard still that are able to create chances. They still have Rice, who's chipped in with the goals recently, Odegaard, who I don't think has been amazing for Arsenal, but you know, he will make chances, create chances against us tomorrow. So Robert Sanchez has to be on his A game. Has to be on his A game. The worry for me is that Maresca's already come out and said that Robert Sanchez is our Premier League goalkeeper earlier on in the season. He then, 2 or 3 weeks ago, flipped it round and said Jurgensen is now the Premier League goalkeeper. Robert Sanchez will play in the cup games. But last week at Leicester, we got to see Robert Sanchez back in goal. Jurgensen start the Conference League game midweek. So there isn't really any confidence, I think, Maresca, that he has in either goalkeeper to say that neither will be good enough in between the sticks tomorrow against Arsenal. But Robert Sanchez is going to have to be clued up. No mistakes, no stupidness, no flying out of goal. He has to be ready tomorrow. I'm already nervous thinking about this game. I'm actually nervous thinking about this game. Not because it has any real decision making on where we finish up this season. We know that Arsenal aren't winning the league. So in terms of results for the league positions, it's not really that important. But just in terms of it's Arsenal. It's Arsenal. And we can't lose to them. We can't lose to them. So that's where my sort of nervousness, my anxiousness comes from, because this is Arsenal. They have no striker, just like us. There's no excuses. Mikel Arteta cannot get a 5-0 win against us. I can't have that on a Sunday. I can't have that before St. Patrick's Day. I can't have it. And we won't have it. And we're going to win. So let's stay positive. Now, in terms of Cole Palmer, we spoke about him a lot this season. Sometimes good, sometimes bad at the moment. This could be the game for him. I feel like this is going to be the game where we'll see Cole Palmer step things up a little bit, rediscover some of that form that had us talking about him the way that we did last season and the start of this season. But he's got to take those chances at the right moment. Last couple of games, especially against Leicester and Copenhagen on Thursday night, we got to see a Cole Palmer that is clearly snatching at chances, really wants that goal, wants to get out of this sort of rut of form where he's not been able to be as clinical, help the team out as much as possible. But he has to just understand if he's selected tomorrow, there's a massive question mark. Does he even get selected? For me, that's 100% yes. We need someone like Cole Palmer in this game. He gets one chance. Usually, over the last couple of months, we've seen him take those chances very well. Not so recent. He's not been able to score them, but we can't afford to not play with one of our best players in the team. That's arguably the most important thing. Moises Caicedo, another one. We need him to be careful. Again, he still runs the risk of those yellow cards that he's accumulated, and we still need him to be able to play in the Tottenham game after the international break. But Maresca's got to get it right. I know everything will tell me whether he's got it right in this game just by the lineup. Just by the lineup. Because the lineup is going to be just as crucial as the performance tomorrow. It'll be interesting if we see Reece James in midfield. I think we personally will. I think Reece James will be in that team. I think we need him in that team. This is going to be a massive battle in that midfield. Odegaard, Thomas Partey, Declan Rice. We'll know that Justin Timber, Calafiori are trying to get it high up at the pitch as well as from the fullback position. So we have to match them like for like in all departments. All departments. Tomorrow, goalkeeper, defenders, midfielders, attackers, we have to match them. We have to match them. Now, as I said before, head-to-heads will show you here, as it clearly shows, Arsenal beat us 5-0, 23rd of April, almost a year to the day. They then beat us again at the Emirates 3-1, 2023. We have not beaten Arsenal since 22nd of August, 2021 in the Premier League. That's got to change tomorrow. That's got to change tomorrow. We don't have the best of luck at the Emirates, so that's got to change tomorrow. It's got to change. It's got to change tomorrow. I just want us to be able to hit the ground running and pick the right team, not sit back, not allow the pressure, inviting pressure into the areas that's crucial for Arsenal. We've got to be solid at the back. Now, let's go into our predicted lineup. Now, I have gone for something quite different. Now, I've gone with Robert Sanchez, as we know who's going to be in goal tomorrow. Unless Maresca's double bluffing us, I think we'll see Robert Sanchez in goal tomorrow against Arsenal. But I have gone with something slightly different here. Now, I think we'll see Reece James in midfield. We know that Malo Gusto is out. So I've gone with Josh Acheampong as our right back. I think he played amazing against Copenhagen. Him and Tariq George, albeit Acheampong was on the left, but naturally he's a right back. So I've gone with Josh Acheampong. It's a massive game to throw him into. So there will be question marks about that if he was to be selected. But I think naturally we need a right back at right back. And Wesley Fofana done amazing against Leicester, but this is Arsenal. This is going to be a totally different ball game competition. And you'd expect Trossard to be on that left side of the attack. We're going to need someone who is comfortable playing in that position. We don't have Gusto. Reece James, I think, will be in midfield, as you can see on my lineup. So I've gone with Josh Acheampong. I've gone with Wesley Fofana, who I think needs to be in this team. I think he's our best centre-back. And I've gone with Levi Colwill. Now, it's very harsh on Tosin, who I think has played very, very well over the last couple of weeks. But I think we need to have Wesley Fofana in there. And I can't see Levi Colwill being dropped because I think there needs to be a partnership. And I think if we think ahead to next season, unless we bring in another centre-back, I think it's going to be Levi Colwill and Wesley Fofana as the main centre-backs that we use throughout the season. So I think we're going to see those two as a centre-back partnership. Marc Cucurella, is he the best left-back in the world? To me, he is at the moment. But Cucurella will be as the left-back. Obviously, someone that got the goal last week against Leicester. He's very, very easily able to get up the pitch. He doesn't stop running, this guy. He's such a energetic person. We need someone like that who's going to be able to not only trap back, defend, but also get forward and help with the attacking phases of the play as well. Now, I've changed things, as I said. Reece James is in my midfield tomorrow. Maresca's keen to do that. We still got to see it on Thursday against Copenhagen. He wants him in the midfield. So I've put him alongside Moises Caicedo in that midfield. That also does give us options. We can also drop Reece James back into a three centre-backs with Josh Acheampong moving into a wing-back if we needed to. Put Reece James as a right centre-back. Those options are there whilst you're on the pitch tactically as well. I've gone with the three of Nkunku, Enzo Fernandez as the 10, and Cole Palmer on the right with Pedro Neto in the number 9. Now, Pedro Neto, for me, is someone that is going to be so crucial tomorrow. So crucial. And the reason why I put Enzo Fernandez a bit more higher up, we've got to see a few times this season, but if it works, it will work well, I think, with Cole Palmer on the right, which I've been screaming about for most of this season. And I think Nkunku needs to be in this game because as much as he hasn't really affected games, I think there's going to be a time where something just clicks with Nkunku, or I'm hoping something clicks with Nkunku. This could be that game. This could be that game where we finally see Christopher Nkunku do something, get a goal, get that balloon out the sock. We need to see something from Nkunku as well. So Nkunku on the left, Enzo is the 10, Cole Palmer on the right, Pedro Neto up front. This is a game we cannot lose, ladies and gentlemen. We have to win this game. We have to beat Arsenal. And let's hope the likes of City lose, the likes of Forest lose. If they do, great. If they don't, all we can do is focus on ourselves. Now, it does look like 5th place will get us Champions League this season. So we just need to continue to win our games. Obviously, international break coming up. We've got Tottenham thereafter. We've got some really tough fixtures coming up after that international break as well. So this is a game. This is the start of that part of the season, the last couple of hurdles to the end of the season where you can't really drop points now. Dropping points at this part of the season is crucial. It's important not to drop the points. We can't afford to allow other teams to capitalise on our mistakes. We have to just make sure that we win our games and that we're putting in a good performance. And that's what we can ask from the team. Now, it does leave some really good options off the bench. You look at Jadon Sancho off the bench, Tosin on the bench as well. It leaves us with certain players that we can just hopefully bring on. Even Tariq George, again, another player that played really well against Copenhagen. If things are going well, bring them into the game. Keenan Dewsbury Hall, another one who had a really good game against Copenhagen. But we have options off the bench. We do have options. And we have some youngsters like Amagu that can potentially come on if things are working in our favour in the game. But let's start with a strong squad. Let's start with a strong squad. And we've got to trust Josh Acheampong at right back. We have to trust him. And this is a game where we'll put him to the test and see if it works. Because we don't have any other right back. Reece James clearly is in Maresca's plans, but in the midfielder options, he's not classed as a right back as Maresca's told us. So we have to trust Josh Acheampong, who can do this job. He has to do it well. Other players are doing it in other teams. I'm thinking of someone like Connor Bradley, Rico Lewis. They're being trusted in their teams and defensively to do their jobs. We have to trust the same with Josh Acheampong. Otherwise, what was the point in allowing him to extend that contract and instead of allowing him to take the move that he wanted away from the club? We have to trust him. And tomorrow's a massive test for him. But I would start with Josh Acheampong. Cole Palmer has to be the Cole Palmer that we were speaking about all season, last season. I don't want to see this Cole Palmer with his head down, not playing well. And if things aren't working out for Cole Palmer, get off, mate. Go and get an early shower. Because Tariq George is waiting there. He'll take the opportunities. 4 assists this season for Tariq George already. If things aren't working well with Cole Palmer, bring him off. Take him off. Because that's what it has to be now. If you're not playing well, get off the pitch. Because we need players that are going to be able to impact the game in the right way. So if it isn't Cole Palmer, bring someone else on. Bring someone else on. This is a game, I'm going to say it one more time because I'm speaking it into existence. We cannot lose this game tomorrow. Arsenal are not beating us tomorrow. If it was any other team, I actually wouldn't care that much. But this is Arsenal Football Club. We cannot lose to them. Another 5-0. I said it the other day. I mean it. You will not see me all week. I'll go into hiding if we lose 5-0 tomorrow against Arsenal. Let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe. We're on the road to 700 subscribers. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Leave your thoughts in the comments as well. The Linktree link is also in the description for the social accounts and the podcast episode. Until then, give your predictions. Let's hope for 3 points and we'll be back soon with another video.